Second Nature for Children is in the house. Coach, how you doing?
Great, man. Great. How about yourself?
Coach, I'm doing absolutely well, man. So as the family come in, like, share, subscribe. Let's get that out the way. I don't know why we not pushing this great information, but we're gonna keep putting this great information out. Then a couple of folks might get in their feelings today about this one, uh, but they'll be all right. And so I got a comment section where if I've said anything that they don't agree with, I love to hear their perspective. Or if I say that it's a fact, and if they can override my fact and trump it with something, trump it. And
Mm.
so, yeah, trump it. I put that out there, trump that. And so I want to get right into it, Coach. And I want to talk about, have the black man been rocked to sleep? I want to talk about that. I want to talk about, have the black man been rocked to sleep? And I'm gonna come back because I just want to hit this right here from a couple of conversations that I had this week with a couple of people, and I want to share this right here because we always talking about real life. We always talking about real
Yeah.
life,
Yeah.
and so I want to say this. Number one, I had a conversation with someone. Just because at one time you considered someone to be your friend
Mm.
doesn't mean that they consider you as a friend.
True, true,
Yeah,
true.
I had that conversation with someone who thought that they were tight with somebody, they were pretty good, and come to
Mm.
find out that when the real them came out, and when you think that just because somebody's your friend, you got to be careful because, like I said, they may not feel the same way about you.
But not only that though, they might not hold you on that level of friendship that you hold them to or you think they are. You know what I mean?
Absolutely,
So, you
absolutely.
might be more like an acquaintance. Like I tell people they use that word friend loosely, very loosely. You know what I mean? Nah. That might be just an acquaintance. You know what I mean?
So, and just like you say, anytime when you're dealing with two people, you and someone else, you got to be very careful. Don't get the way you feel about things, the way you think about things, and you think that they feel and think about it the same way you do.
same way. Yeah,
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 the
yeah,
same way
yeah.
you do. So I had that. So when the real them come out, don't be surprised. When the real them come out, don't be surprised
Mm.
because they didn't see you the way you saw them.
So them, yeah.
Yeah, so
Mhm.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
just from
yeah.
from a real life conversation I had with someone who was very upset because, like I said, that they had given themselves as a friend to someone, but when it really came out, that other person didn't see them the same way. So be careful with that, and yeah, and keep things intact. Number two, I don't know if you ever encountered a person that when you call them out on something they said, I've had this to happen to me, but I had a conversation with somebody, and they said it. You call them out on it, and they said it, but they deny it. My
And
thing is,
then
my
people are people, man.
they said it. So my thing is this right here, and I had to
People are
tell
people.
somebody that this week. Don't go back and forth with them. Just let it go.
Yeah, yeah.
You going back and forth, let it go. I don't know who I'm talking to, but I know this real life, and I'm sure that people listening. I'm sure you will encounter, if you living, and especially if you living among us, you can kind of hit some of these things. So don't go back and forth with. If they deny it, and they said it, just let it go. Just just let it go. At the end of the day, Coach, whether you win or lose, I had this conversation too. I was talking to somebody. As a individual, that's on you. You can't put that on nobody else. Whether you win or lose, no more excuses. That's on you. One of the biggest differences between the rich person and the poor person is how you spend your 24 hours.
True, true.
I want them to think about that. I want them to think about that for a minute. And not just talking about rich financially, You can be rich or poor in your health. You can be
Yes.
rich, yeah, you can be rich and poor in spirit. Definitely in your finance, you can be rich or poor. And in these areas, if you are able and you know you need to do better, it all depends on how you spend your 24 hours. I had to share that because I had people come to me over the years, when your schedule change, how you do this, how you do that, man, it's 24 hours in a day. I'm gonna get it done. I got 24 hours. When things change, I just have to adjust to whatever going on.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
But a lot of us use a lot of excuses that when things change, well, I can't do it now because this came up, that can no, it's 24 hours in a day. And one of the biggest
Mm-hmm.
differences between, and even when we talk about the mind, the body, soul, your health, what are you doing within 24 hours to take care of yourself physically? If you're looking at somebody else in shape, look at how they spend their 24 hours. Somewhere in that 24 hours, they doing something that you're not doing if you're not in shape. So whatever you're looking at other people and you saying, it seems like they're living better than you, or they doing this and they doing that. Then you just need to check out, what are they doing different than you in your 24 hours? Because I don't care if he's a multi-billionaire, he can have $100 billion. Watch this right here. He don't have 25 hours. He still got 24 hours, or she still has 24 hours. So
Yeah.
if you want to get something done, you got 24 hours. You can get it done. No more excuses.
But when we always talk about that, be careful and concerned with what you're taking in, what you reading, what you listening to. I mean, we always talk about that. So, yeah.
And that's how a lot of us spending our 24 hours. That's why we can't get nothing done, because we so with the gossip and entertainment, to it has us entangled for so many hours and hours and hours, where someone else who's successful at something, they grinding. Yeah, they grinding. Even if they have a period of time where they may go into social media or go into this or go into that, I guarantee you they don't spend all their time, all the time, unless they what they call a YouTuber, and this what they do, because they can make a platform for you to make money now, especially when they know that we love gossip and entertainment.
Yeah.
They know we are addicted to it. So a lot of people have literally made careers out of becoming what they will call YouTubers or social media, whatever they call them, because they know what entertains. All you got to do is, anytime you want to be successful at something, all you have to do is find your niche into something that people got to have. And one thing about Black folks, one thing about us, we got to be entertained, or we got to entertain, or we got to deal with that gossip. That's facts. Social media has brought that to the forefront. So there's nothing to go against that. That's facts. That's us. Comment section right there. All right, Coach, I asked you this question right here earlier. Have the Black man been rocked to sleep? And I want, when I'm talking about rocked, I'm talking about just like when your mama rock you to sleep when you're little. I'm talking about move gently, hearing fro, just rocking you. Rocking you. Had a Black man been rocked to sleep? When I'm talking about sleep, I'm talking about the activity of the brain altered, and consciousness of your surrounding is practically suspended. That's the way I'm looking at it. And I'm gonna tell you, I how I want to say it. I want to speak from my experience. And in the comment section, they can speak from their experience, and you can speak from your experience. But from my experience, most Black men that I've encountered have no integrity. I said it. That I've encountered. I'm speaking from my experience right now. And it's the quality of being honest and having strong moral principles. That's what it is. It's a moral uprightness. I haven't ran into too many brothers. I haven't. I'm speaking from my experience, that have integrity. And that's one of the reasons right now I had a guy to come do some work for me, one of us. Shabby job. I paid him. A couple of days later, when the work didn't go well, I hit him up. He thought I was calling him back to get some more work done, but no, you need to come and fix what it was that, you didn't do a good job on. Never heard from him again. Never heard from him again. And throughout the years dealing with us, it's hard to deal with us a lot of times. And you hear someone, well, why don't you go to your people? Man, let me tell you something. Man, from my experience dealing with us, the black man has no integrity. His word is not his bond. It's just not his bond. And it's hard to do business with a lot of us because it's hard to trust us. The trust in the black community, the trust among each other, man, it's damn near down to zero. You cannot, because of, I would say another word, no character. A lot of us as black men, I'm talking about us right now. The comment section is right there. Tell me and show me where I'm wrong. And give me your experience. I have to respect your experience. I'm giving you mine. That most of us as black men that I've encountered, we have no integrity, we have no character, and I'm talking about the mental and the moral qualities distinctive to an individual. A lot of us are not concerned with the principles of right and wrong behavior. I'm telling you. I don't care where we are in life. I don't care how successful that it look like you are. I don't care what position you. A lot of times, the higher position you in, a lot of times, the dirtier you are. I can deal with you now. I'm speaking, like I say, I'm speaking from my experience. How did it get to the point where if you haven't been in a relationship with someone for a long time, that trying to find someone new to do something for you is damn near impossible because you have no trust in them. Even when you try to get a reference from somebody, you still like, you know what? You sure? You sure this person? You sure this person good? Yeah. They good because there's no trust because we have done each other dirty for so long. There is no trust in the black community. There's no trust among us. And from my experience dealing with the black man, he has no integrity. He has no character. And that's my experience. You can share with me yours. Coach, what you think?
I came across both, man. And to some degree, I blame myself because my discernment wasn't always up to par. So I'm going to blame myself. In the past, my discernment wasn't up to par. I saw it just like most people see it. That's my brother. I'm going to give him a chance, what have you. You know what I mean? But my discernment wasn't up to par, so I could admit that. So now, the few people that I deal with, as far as crossing paths and having some work done or what have you, I let them know. And I pay them extra. I don't pay them what they say they want. I pay them extra because I say I'd rather pay somebody to look like me more. You know what I mean? Because I know that a lot of us shortchange them. A lot of us take advantage of them. You know what I mean? And I'm telling you what they expressed to me. I'm like, man, I ain't never gonna do that. But for some reason, a lot of us take advantage of each other. They got people right now I know gonna have a thriving business. But when they had it, our people, man, we would support them, but we would not come out of pocket. for the work they're doing. So they had to close down. You know what I mean? They had to close down. So my thing is, if you as an individual is evolving, that is something you would not take for granted. When you cross people paths who are giving you, quality work or what have you, don't take that for granted, because a lot of people are not like that. A lot of people are not like that, man. But like I said, I've come across both, and I chalk it up to myself not being, high on my discernment then, but now that's why I don't deal with a whole lot of folks.
Right.
And I deal with them in a certain way. I let them know from jump. Say, look at, man, if it's gonna be some BS, we need to just go our ways, man. Because I'm telling you, I ain't playing. I'm not playing.
So
you
how
do
do
me
you?
right, I'm gonna do you right. You do me wrong, ain't no telling what gonna happen. So,
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this right here then. On that scale, you say you've had it to happen both ways. And I tell you, by you saying that right there, in my experience, I have had, and I got one or two people that I can say has integrity, has character. So I would say that.
Yeah.
But the other million overshadowed them too so much. The other million. So I ask you, on your scale, because you say you can ran across both. Which one have you ran across, you think, the most? The one that's shiesty, or that one with integrity?
Like I said, man, my discernment was not up to par then. And I learned quickly from that, because, hey, what I was thinking, is a whole nother level. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And just to protect myself, so I say 50-50.
You say 50-50.
I said 50-50 from my experience now.
Wow. Yeah,
From my
yeah,
experience. Because, like I said, I'm like, okay, you should have, you should have done better. So
wow.
you should have done better. A shiesty person, a shiesty person.
Right.
Now, you got to peep, hey, man, is he cool? Is he, you know what I mean? So, yeah. And that's why I'm, like I said, it's better now because of my discernment, and that I don't let people get too close.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I got to see how you living, how you moving, and I'll let you in, slow by slow, but to a certain point.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
But yeah. Especially, it's better when you deal with someone and you see that he has a lot to lose. He had a lot to live for, and he's had to lose.
Okay.
More than likely, they're not going that route. You know what I mean? They're trying to be straight up, But individual, all willy-nilly, ain't really got nothing going on, man, please. Man, they're trying to come up quick, fast, and hurry, man.
Coach, let me tell you something. I wish I knew that 50%. I wish I knew them so we can get something done. I wish I knew them throughout the years. I swear that 50% I wish I knew them so we can get something done. I don't know them. So, but like I said, you shared with me your experience. Wow. I wish I knew them. I wish I knew them.
Yeah, but that's not being in one area now.
Okay.
So, I moved around a lot. So,
Wow.
I moved around a lot. So,
Coach, I wish I had them. Okay. So I would say that the black man has been rocked to sleep. I would definitely say he has been rocked to sleep. I would say he's comfortable. Now he's able to get more stuff. He's able to move around more. He can travel. He's able to entertain. I just want you to think of a time when this wasn't happening. So now we're in a time where, and even if you're talking about the Juneteenth era where black folks, ran some things and did some things and how that went down. I'm talking about us as a whole. And I'm still in the United States. I'm still in the United States where there was a time where we didn't have much stuff. You understand? We couldn't travel. We couldn't move the way we move now. And now, like I say, we're able to entertain and able to be entertained. We able to drink a good drink. There was a time we couldn't drink a good drink. Now, you can drink your good drink if you want to. It was a time. Now I see a lot. You could drink. You could smoke your fine cigar now. Yeah, I see that a lot going on, and I see now. Oh, there was a time where you couldn't live a certain place, but now you can. I can see the black man now. He living in a nice house. I see him driving a nice car. And let me tell you something. All that's well and good. Absolutely. If you can afford it, you should enjoy yourself. Absolutely. I would definitely say that. But I would definitely have to say this right here. Black man, don't let these things I just said rock you to sleep or get you so comfortable till you don't realize that not only your children or your close ones need you, but other children and other people need you as well. Don't let that take you into a selfish state with someone else outside of your family need you as well, because now you are at the point that you can enjoy these things. But remember, there was a point in time where us as a people, we couldn't, and we didn't have it. And I want you to think about this right here, and I'm getting ready to wrap it up. There was a time when it was a group of men, a group of people who fought for you to live better. You didn't just get here just because, oh, I did this, I did that, I did. No, no, no. Look at your history. People fought for us to be able to get that nice drink and that nice cigar and that nice house, that nice car, and to move from here to there. People fought for us. I just want you to think about that for a second. Now the black man has no integrity, he has no character, he has no fight because he been rocked to sleep, because now he thinks just because he got this stuff and he's able to do certain things, everything is okay. He has gotten comfortable. That's what I see. Because most of us as men, we don't deal with children. A lot of us don't even deal with our own children, but definitely don't deal with children that's not our children, in which I deal with every day. And I see our children are hurting. I see that. I see it every day. I've been seeing it for years and years and years. But I see you enjoying yourself, black man. I see you. I see you being very selfish too. Because not only your child, and a lot of us not even taking care of our own children, but not only your child needs you, but there's an outside child who needs you as well. And so I ask you, what are you doing to help young black children? What are you doing that are coming up so that one day, just like you enjoying yourself because someone made a way for you, what are you doing today to make a way for our children that are coming up so they can live and enjoy themselves the same way you enjoying yourself? Because I'm gonna tell you something, a lot of this destruction that's in the black community, especially with our youth, is because a lot of men are not stepping up to the plate. That's facts. I'm in the neighborhood every day and I see it. And I see us wilding out. I see us smoking and drinking and partying and having a good. I see us wilding out. You can't get that man on a majority of these men to do nothing for you. You can't trust them. There is no integrity. There is no character. I see them every day, coach. Even the ones who would look like they're doing well with the suit and tie and got this position. Let me tell you something, man. A lot of them, they just as dirty. I've dealt with them too. I have to deal with the businessman as well. So, black man, wake up. There's a lot of work to be done. Stop being selfish. Because if we don't do something to make a difference, the trajectory is things are getting worse because they know you're sleeping. They know you're not doing nothing. They're not looking at 2030 and 2050 and saying things are going to be better. Show me. I can show you where they're looking at 2030 and 2050, and they're saying if things continue to go the way they're going, things are getting worse. You go back to, well, you just take it back to Dr. King and back beyond. Those folks was working so that you can live a certain way today. They was fighting for something. But the black man today, he has gotten comfortable. He's been rocked to sleep. There is no fight in him. He is submissive. And our children are suffering because the black man has been rocked to sleep. That's where I'm at, coach. You got anything else?
As we look around, man, on our daily movements, what have you, you can see that we definitely not moving in the same accord. The only thing we got in common on a large scale is that we look alike. What we look like. That's it. You know. It's sad, man, but everything that we're enjoying had to fight for. It wasn't given to you. So that don't mean you can keep it. I mean, the devastation now was never like before with us, against each other. We talk about incarceration, the sickness. You put all that together. There's never been a time like this, even though it seems like everything is on the up and up, everything is better. But really, really dig deep underneath the surface, like, no, yeah, we're making more money, but we spending more too. You know, we got things, but we can still be accosted in the street, through assume guilty before we prove you're innocent. A whole lot of things, man. And that's because we're not on one accord. So I agree with you. Everybody's on their own little path, trying to do what they feel they have to do. But it's not a collective. And the powers that be, they can see that. They can see that. The only time we shout is when something go haywire, something ain't work out. We're going through something. And a lot of that can be fixed if we were on the same accord. But unfortunately, we're not, man.
And one thing they know from you saying that right there, they know that the system knows that if anything happened to one of us, people of color, there may be an outrage for about a week or two. They know.
Yeah, and then that's it.
And then they know
it
just dies down and we just go right back into doing what we was doing. The system already knows. They already know we're not gonna come together and get nothing done. I'm hearing this a new church. I'm hearing of a new church. And I'm hearing that the line is literally around the corner trying to get up into this building.
Mm.
That's so sad for me to hear in 2025, unless that church and all of those people are going to make some type of difference in the community, within their families, within their lives. But just going to church, we're in such bad shape to we are still so lost as a people till we still thinking that packing the building out, listening to someone tell us this and tell us that, that we're going to be all right. It's not going to work, family. It's on you as an individual. It's on you. I don't care what I tell you. I had a conversation with someone about fitness. I don't care how much I train you to be in shape. I don't care how much I train you. I can get you in shape because if we're in the gym physically, I can work on you mentally. I can work on you. I can do all this work with you. But when you go home at night as an individual, and I can tell you, don't eat after this time, or don't eat this, or don't eat that.
Mm.
That's on you. That
Yeah.
everything in life, I don't care. That person up there talking to you up in that pool, they talking to you, and they tapping into your feelings and emotions. They know you going through something. They know you struggling. Black folk, we always struggling. We always going through something. They know that. But when you leave out of there, and if it don't prompt you to make a difference or a change in your life, that sermon you just heard and was feeling good while I was being talked to you because he had tapped into your dopamine and your serotonin, and you began to shout and all of this and that. If you can't carry that outside of that building and work to make a difference as a individual, that's on you. No one is coming to save you. It's already in you. No one is coming. Don't wait. It's on you as an individual. It's on you. I don't care how much him or her talk to you on Sunday. This is on you. Y'all can pack these places out all you want to. That don't mean nothing. That don't mean your life gonna get better. Just because you going to church, just because you following a custom or formality, you got to understand it's only a belief. That's all it is. It don't make it true. And if you're strong in that belief, no problem. Now let me see you live the principles of it. That's when your life will change. Not just because you're going up in there. That's the problem we're having. We're following a custom and formality, and we're always waiting on someone to come and help us, to come and save us. It's on you as an individual. I know we don't want to hear it, coach, but I'm gonna put it out there. So hopefully one day these children get this information and understand that it's on you, young black girl, young black boy, that if you're gonna be successful in anything in life, it's on you. It's on you. I don't care how much somebody try to help you, how much somebody tell you this, it's still on you. You still got to do it. They can preach to you all day long. And they only gonna preach certain things to you. I've been in the church all my life, and I just keep hearing the same thing. That's why you can go to a church right now, and if that pastor asks you to go to the book of Obadiah, you'll hear pages turn for the next 2 hours. Folks didn't even know Obadiah was in the Bible. A lot of preachers don't preach from it. It's a lot of books in the Bible that you've been going to church all your life. Your pastor ain't never touched that book because it don't help him or her with you. Yeah, it don't make you give money. And a pastor have to be careful a lot of times on what they say because they know that if they piss you off and you don't pay, so they have to be, oh shit. They know. They can't make you mad, so they have to feed you what they know you need. They know you need to hear that. They know you need, because one thing about us as a people, we are so emotional until we don't use it the right way. It's good to be emotional, or your feelings can be at a high level if you know how to use it into something positive. But it's not good for your emotions to be high. You're very sensitive. Your feelings, every time somebody say something, if you use them in a negative way, it's not good. And the church know that you're hurting. And so they know how to feed your emotions. But if your life is not changing and you're not changing as an individual, you just need to check yourself. Tap into that which dwells within you. Find that place and that time and that space where you spend with you. Begin to take care of yourself. Begin to exercise. Begin to change your diet. Tap into the immaterial part of you that deals with your discipline and your consistency and your tenacity, that you got to tap into that right there. If you want to be successful, you don't never, ever, 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 ever in your life have to go into what they call the church house. If you want to be successful, tap into yourself, tap into your mental state, tap into your spiritual state, and I guarantee you, it'll take you where you thought you'd never be able to go. I promise you. Because you see, the church ain't taking you nowhere. It ain't took us nowhere. Somebody hit me up and share with me where the church have taken us, and especially you as a person, as an individual. If you just followed the custom and formality, that church ain't took you nowhere. There are principles that you have to live by. I'm done, coach. It's a minute or so left. You can close out. I'm done.
I mean, if today we had to tell so-called grown people to take care of themselves, what's important, what's not important, man, I don't know what to say. I mean, those should be the basics by now. Wherever you are in your life, that should be the basics. If you're considered an adult, that should be basic by now. And you're supposed to be building on that. You know what I mean? Whatever principle, you know, you're dealing with, whatever principle you're exercising, you're supposed to be building on top of that, man. So I always say we talking about life because that's all we doing. We talking about life. And if you don't believe it, you haven't lived long enough, man. So take care of yourself, man. Keep evolving. Beware what you're taking in and who you're listening to. You know what I mean? If it's not taking your life to another level, then what's the point? What's the point? So you got to know that. You got to answer that, people.
I'm gonna take that information right there, coach, and I'm gonna live by it. So until the next time we come together, I'll holler.
All right, same here, man.